And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our co-main event this evening. This bout is brought to you and proudly sponsored by Meridian Bet. And so, please welcome firstly to the blue corner, Vaso, the psychopath, Bakocevic.
They met 2 years ago, and the last time Bakocevic was taken out by a guillotine, but he was injured. He's threatened, he's done everything. Tonight is about revenge, it's about retribution. And this man is going to set the record straight. Vaso Bakocevic. Well, be afraid, be very afraid. 34-year-old Bakocevic, Balkan legend, proper fighter. All he needs is a gum shield and an opponent and he's happy. This is a man who could start a riot in an empty room. The combat sport rule set is of no concern to him. He will show up and do any sport once he can throw down. 24 finishes by KO, and it's a list that goes quicker than Santa's. They call him the Balkans' Conor McGregor. Huge fan base here that are all supporting the comeback win for Bakocevic tonight. And he said, I don't want to win, I want to hurt Francisco badly. I mean, you got to look at this guy. I mean, we've known Vaso for years, haven't we? And I mean, I commentated Vaso on WFC. Tonight it's a night of WFC legends, Truszczyk, Miran Fabian, and Bakocevic now. Chris, what do you say?
Hey, he's arguably one of the most entertaining fighters ever from the Balkans. He's aggressive, he loves smack talk. These guys have been flapping gums at each other for months. Now, take me back to the first fight. There was a kick and there was a quad injury, right? Bakocevic went down, Barrio guillotined him up against the fence. Since then, it's been nothing but smack talk. Tonight, it's time to put the proof of the pudding and the revenge that Bakocevic wants.
Well, Bakocevic has fought in bare knuckle, but he returned to MMA tonight because it's personal.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the red corner, Francisco Albano Barrio.
From Argentina, he moved to Croatia, got married, stayed there. He's a decorated Greco-Roman wrestler, picking up silver and bronze medals in the Pan Am Championships multiple times and at multiple weights. He's got a grueling style. He'll make your life miserable, grinding you up against the cage, dominant on top, smothers you till he gets the sub. 4 wins in the last 5 fights, and I believe he's the actual FNC lightweight champion. The feud with Vaso is 10 years old. It dates back from FFC days when a fight was arranged but cancelled. He's a submission specialist, very durable. And he's going to look to take Vaso to the ground and punish him. Vaso promised him €1,000 for every takedown. Well, I think we could see some cash passing hands tonight. Chris Barrio, you got to love his style. He's pulled it out of the bag from nowhere countless times.
I love his wrestling, I love his mindset, I love his positivity, I love his boxing. I believe he has the ability to attack the back, potentially expose the neck against Vaso Bakocevic again, who's shown vulnerability there. And you know what? Barrio has won 5 times from that position, attacking the neck. Could it be a repeat? We're about to find out.
This is a blink and you miss
And
it
so,
affair.
ladies and gentlemen,
like the
this
blue
bout
touch
is
paper,
brought to you
stand back.
and
We
proudly
got
sponsored
fireworks
by
there
Meridian
tonight
Bet.
at
This co-main event of the
FNC13
evening
Belgrade
is the most
Serbia.
anticipated domestic rematch in FNC history. This MMA rules bout takes place at a catch weight of minus 75 kilograms and will be contested over 3 5-minute rounds. Your referee in charge when the action gets underway, Mr. Alexander Zoric. Introducing to you firstly, in the blue corner, at yesterday's weigh-in, he scaled 75 kilos exactly. At 34 years of age, he stands at 170 centimeters tall. He brings an extensive record, 67 fights, 43 wins, and 23 losses and 1 draw. He's representing Fight Company Gym from Montenegro, where he's known as the Psychopath, Vaso Bakocevic! And on the other side of the cage, at yesterday's weigh-in, he scaled 74.8 kilos. Also 34 years of age and standing at 170 centimeters tall. He brings an impressive record of 14 fights with 11 wins and only 3 defeats. He's representing American top team Zagreb from Argentina. It's Croata, Francisco Albano Barrio! And both fighters to the center of the cage for final instructions, please.
Buckle up, funsters. This is going to be the funfair ride of the decade.
Stop, you stop.
The clash of the honey badgers. Bakocevic, Barrio. They're both 34 years young. They're both carrying a little bit of, what should we say, good living evidence. But Barrio, a sensational wrestler. Bakocevic, unpredictable, hugely aggressive, goes in with the left and then throws a big right, sails over the head of Barrio. Barrio now with underhooks here and starting to grind, and this is kind of what Bakocevic didn't want. Ooh, there's a little bit of nudge going on there. And knee strike from Barrio. Barrio's come to do business.
This is exactly what he needs to do. He needs to slow down anything in the first 5 minutes. Watch out for the big haymaker right hand from Bakocevic and get inside. His dirty boxing is great from the clinch here. And naturally, if he can get the takedown quick, it'd be good.
Well, attritionally using the knee, starting to take Bakocevic apart. Those underhooks are strong. He's a wrestler, this guy, and Barrio knows just what to do. And look at him, those knee strikes right onto the dead leg spot. And etopic discharge. When it hits that spot, it turns the lights off. Bakocevic shut down quickly, and great work from Barrio. On the knees, then with the sharp hook upstairs. Strategy from Barrio, perfect so far. Using the wire to slow down things and frustrate Bakocevic.
There we go. He went down. You can go waist up or you can go below the waist, and Barrio chose to swap it up. Bakocevic firing in for a guillotine and waves his finger. It's good. I mean, absolutely Bakocevic has a ground game, but let's not forget, Barrio was McGregor's wrestling coach, right? Nearly made the Olympics. The guy's legit.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've seen Barrio, like Lazarus, come back from nowhere after 3 grueling rounds, taking punishment from a stand-up guy and then locking him down and choking him out. And, well, the first warning, and Bakocevic being spoken to by the referee. I think that was a low strike. Being repositioned now, and I think that was a point deduction. They get back to the action. Time on. Now the battle of the knees. We're coming up to halfway through this first round. And Bakocevic trying to switch up the underhooks, trying to get some space. Now, Bakocevic throws, and he throws big, but just look at Barrio trap the arms, bring his man down, puts his man up against the wire, and he just locks him down, doesn't he, Chris?
He's got to do the right thing here and potentially get a duck under, go for an arm drag. I'm not liking the over-under or potentially the double overs. He's not really done a great deal with that. I mean, you know, Vaso's not out of his depth here either.
But again, you start to see those knee strikes grind away. Barrio knows what he's doing, and he's working that thigh muscle of Bakocevic. Already tonight, we've seen Ivica Trušček go down to a scathing, consistent low kick. Drip, 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 piling the pressure on, causing the damage. And you can see Bakocevic troubled by it. Oh, and he makes the mistake, Bakocevic. Double leg, down he goes, hits the mat, and this is, well, Barrio's office. It goes quickly now. Takes advantage of the back, and he's got the RNC on. And Bakocevic made a dreadful mistake there.
This is Barrio's game. This is exactly where he's able to capitalize, and Vaso has shown vulnerability here on multiple accounts.
Well, he's behind his desk in his office, Barrio. He can finish this from here, and trying to get an RNC on. And coming into this, a great bit of escapology. I was going to say, coming into this a week ago, Barrio was the odds-on favourite, but then over the week, Bakocevic evened up those odds. Throws from the hip, up goes the high kick, reverse spinning back kick, and Barrio again goes for the back. And Bakocevic smiling. You gotta smile at this. It's the most entertaining bout of the evening. Where it round and round it goes, where it stops, no one knows. Well, the serious end of Barrio is grappling, and that's what he's going for tonight. He's not taken too much heat, has he, so far?
It was a great escape from Bakocevic as well, because while Barrio was so fixated on his neck, he didn't actually have his legs secured. So Bakocevic was able to escape and scramble really hard. He's showing really, really good conditioning too. Sometimes we've seen him be a little bit too much in the first round and really lose the wind in the sails.
So this is a point in this bout I never thought we'd get to, and that's the end of the first round. And it has been hell's a popping. Bit of damage to the nose of Francisco Barrio. And not only is it a tough night in the office for both these two, but it's a tough night in the office for the referee. So Chris, there was a little bit of confusion there in that round. Talk us through it.
Yeah, let's take a look at it here. Obviously, both fighters were exchanging words up against the fence. There was a couple of warnings from the ref about Bakocevic keeping the action on side. You can see here the elbows, right? The 12-6 and potentially also to the back of the head. There was a warning from the ref. Things resumed in that position. Here, a good scramble as he was able to escape the rear naked choke attempt from Barrio. But this, right? Why would you do that and give Barrio your back? You were already in jeopardy earlier.
Yeah, but that's Bakocevic all day long. He's caution to the wind. He really does trip the light fantastic in terms of danger zones. Puts his toe in. Anyone else would to see what the temperature is. Bakocevic head first. And you can feel the excitement in the crowd here tonight. This stadium here in Zagreb, absolutely electric. Back to the action. Round 2 of 3. Barrio Bakocevic. The clash of the Honey Badgers. Oh! Big bomb there from Bakocevic. And he throws a shot. And he hurts Barrio. I think there's damage to Barrio's nose there. He was hurt by that. You can see that Bakocevic, so dangerous, throws from the hip. And, well, we know that's caused trouble. It wouldn't surprise me if Barrio's had some serious damage to the nose.
It was a huge overhand right, especially from the outside. It's tough to track punches when they're being thrown so low from the waist. As you can see, Bakocevic is dipping his head and then whipping them in. So Barrio, if he wants to box, is having difficulty reading them.
Yeah, Barrio slowed down, hurt by that. And I think there's permanent damage there. But he's got this ungainly style, Barrio. But he manages to come back from nowhere. He's like Lazarus. And there he goes again, straight into his office. And this has become attritional. We knew there was beef between these two. And look at them swap the punches up on the wire. I mean, tit for tat and really digging in. Those shots trying to hurt. And Bakocevic warned again. And from our commentary desk, we noted that there was a wink from Barrio. Well, this time, Bakocevic, like a badge of honor, takes the heat that he's had a point deduction.
He had a warning earlier, and now officially in this round he's been deducted a point.
This is a grueling, grueling battle at this stage for Barrio. Barrio was hurt, ducks down under. It's a battle of survival for Barrio at this stage. I seriously think that the nose was damaged, and but this guy, Pan Am American Greco wrestler, silver, bronze, he's been there, and if it's going the distance, and just look at Bakocevic talking to the crowd. I mean, it's lovely theatre. It's the opera playing out here. Oh, and there goes the headbutt. And he's doing it on purpose here to bait the crowd. The referee now having to have another word. And you've got to give it to the referee's patience. It's a point deduction again.
Yeah, it was for the offside blows. He was actually kneeing him and headbutting him. He kneed him below the belt, headbutted him twice.
I said to you this was the clutch of the Honey Badgers, and it really is. But Barrio now in a good position. This is where he works, this is where he operates, and he's going to look to put an end to this. And, you know, I think it's going to get messy. It's not going to be pretty, but Barrio needs to get to work here and start to shut Bakocevic down. And I don't think Bakocevic is in a comfortable position when he's not in the upright, working off his back. Although he's locked Barrio in, I just don't think that he can answer the questions against a seasoned wrestler off his back like this, Bakocevic. We still, under 2 minutes left, Chris.
Yeah, a lot of action there in the first three. It's hard to believe it, right? But looking at the lockdown here, you know, again, he's not clueless. He does know what to do. You don't get to this many fights, but Barrio, again, as tired as I think he is, this is where he can make him feel his weight, get his float going, start to wear Vaso down even more. Those 2 points cannot be any good.
He's got a choke on here now, and he's got the legs locked in. Now he's got the neck, there's the tap! It's a rear naked choke for Barrio! Bakocevic submitted in the second! What happened there? He's smiling, but Barrio needed to finish it. Barrio offers his hand, but Bakocevic turns away. It's a win for Barrio. The grudge match of the Balkans. It's taken years for the rematch. Tonight it was settled. It's 2-2. Bakocevic has to drink from the bitter chalice of defeat. Barrio in for the rear naked choke. Desperately, he was injured in the first with that overhand right. Oh, Chris, what do you say to that?
That's his 6th win. Getting to the back, exposing the neck. Beautiful techniques here from Fabio Barra, and so quick. Didn't even bother going with the figure four. He just went palm to palm. You can see him retorque it there. I love it. It's exactly what he needed to do. As emotional as Bakocevic became in this fight, Barrio was able to get his A game going, and it took him seconds to finish it.
Yeah, and that's pure technique. It really is. I mean, this is a man that's put this, look at how he cracks the leverage, and there was no doubt about it in Bakocevic's mind. Bakocevic is smiling, he's laughing. I mean, this has been a great night out for him, and I don't think whatever the outcome was, Bakocevic was going to be unhappy. Even if they took him out feet first, he'd have been smiling. But what a night for the co-main event. It was a rematch in the making. The clash of the Honey Badgers. I mean, pure aggression, raw aggression. What more do you want? Pure theatre. The opera here at FNC playing out, and well, it's brought a smile to my face. So the beef
let's get
still
a big
there.
round of applause, please, for both men.
Just
The
look
end
at
comes
these two.
after 3 minutes and 24 seconds completed of round number 2. Your winner by way of rear naked choke in the red corner, Francisco Albano Barrio.
The ATT Zagreb
Show
player
your
takes
appreciation
it.
for our runner-up, Vaso Bakocevic.
Oh, and tonight he's been upgraded. A blue belt for Barrio. Belts flying around here like no one's business. I'd be looking for one myself if I didn't have 3 already. Well, what do you make of that, Chris?
I have to say it was interesting. I don't think anybody expected this thing to go after the first 5 minutes, but we did get there and we got to the second. I'm kind of impressed that Barrio, as tired as he was able to use all that energy so quickly. But again, once you're that confident in your techniques, you can make them work for you. And once he got the back, it was game over.
Great night for ATT Zagreb here tonight. So many wins, emphatic wins. And look at these two laughing and smiling.
Dame i gospodo, mislim da nema smisla da intervjuiram Kroatiju, onako ništa nećemo čuti. Ali, tu je jedna legenda srpske i regionalne MMA scene koja ima nešto za reći i on se želi okušati protiv Kroate, baš kao i Vaso. To je Dušan Đaki! Dule, već se razgovaralo o ovom meču, o mnogim match-upovima na FNC-u, bio si sada ozlijeđen, zato nisi nastupio na ovoj priredbi, ali bit će prilike. Šta ti kažeš?
Pa hoću kažem, ako se ne desi trilogija sa Vasom ili meč sa mojim trenerom i bratom Savom, ja hoću da radim Beograd sa Francisco, ako se ne desi trilogija sa Vasom, ili ako ne budeš radio sa Savom, s mojim trenerom, hoćete ti i ja da radimo.
Ako mi dobro plate, nije Bogu. Ja sam za.
To je to!
Well,